My name is Ola Mae Taylor. I was diagnosed in 2000.
My name is Tonette Spears, and my fight began March 2017.
So I'm Monica Brody. I'm from Goldsboro, North Carolina. In March of 2021, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, double positive breast cancer, stage 2A.
When I went for my mammogram, they said everything was okay. But when I got home, I checked my breath again myself. And I went to my medical doctor, so she told me I had to go back to get another mammogram. And I did one again. When they called me and told me it was cancer, I started crying. And I said to my husband, I had that feeling that's what it was.
I was given my diagnosis in March of 2017, and my actual treatment and therapy began in May of 2017, and it went for about 7 to 8 months, and it consisted of chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation.
I underwent 16 rounds of chemotherapy, 30 rounds of radiation. I had multiple surgeries, including a double mastectomy. I am going on 4 years of cancer-free and continue to pray for many, many more.
I went to have the surgery, everything was okay. And then in 2013, I was diagnosed again with cancer. But it didn't bother me too much this time. Well, 2013, I had to have the breath taken off. So it bothered me some, but then I started thinking, started praying, I would be okay. The Lord was looking over me. So what happened, I had a little complication when I was discharged to go home. I started bleeding in my breath, and then I had to go back to the hospital. I was there for a whole week, and I had to have a pint of blood fed. And my daughter Sheila and my husband stuck by me the whole time I was there. Every time the doctor came in, the nurse came in, Sheila got up to see what was going on and what kind of medicine I was taking. So I've been a cure since, 12 years. So I said, I thank the Lord for that. I thank the Lord that I'm still here.
I discussed it with the oncologist, the surgeon, and they prepared the best treatment, and I had to accept it or not, but I decided to accept it because I choose life. I say, surely they know what they're doing, and I'm going to follow and do what they recommend. So it started with chemotherapy. I had chemotherapy I had 6 sessions every 3 weeks, and it was grueling, if I can be honest. It was grueling. I did well the first 4 days after the treatment. The 5th day, I was like a limp rag. I had no energy. But mind you, I worked through the whole time. I may have taken 1 day off after that 5th day, but I was back at work. And I worked through that. And after the chemotherapy in October, I had surgery. So what they were doing was shrinking the tumor. And it was successful in the shrinking in the tumor. And they did surgery in October. After healing from surgery, radiation began. Then I had radiation from the end of October through December. I would say the most about radiation was I was very fatigued. I was very tired. But I made it through. I had to rely and dig down on my faith, and knew that the Lord was going to heal me. I had to concentrate on healing and getting better and choosing life. So I trusted that God would heal my body.
I got through this journey the most with the love and support of my family and also my faith in God, and I know that will continue to have me with many, many more of living a healthy, prosperous, cancer-free life.
I guess, too, I'm thankful that my kids were adults. And so they and my husband were very supportive to me. really they had to kind of talk me through a lot of, because right at the end of chemotherapy, if I can be honest, I had maybe one session remaining, and I was like, I just cannot do this. I just can't do this. And my son was there, and he said, Mama, you got to. You have one more. You got to do it. And right then, I was like, okay, I got to dig a little bit deeper. And excuse me if I get emotional, because I'm reliving it now. So I had to dig a little deeper. I said, Lord, you can see me through this. You can do this. And so I took the last treatment of chemo. Then I had to wait till October for the surgery. But my kids supported me. My husband supported me. I had family that came in town that would go with me to chemotherapy. So that I had that support. And I had coworkers. That's how I was able to work, because they understood what was going on.
Breast cancer, really, it runs mostly in the ladies. And I feel like every lady should have a mammogram at least, all depending on how old they is, at least once a year. Now with me, now I have to go every 6 months sometime, and then I have to go once a year to have another mammogram to make sure everything is okay. So the ladies should do the same thing to check their breasts.
Be vigilant and get your mammograms. Mammograms don't always catch it either, because I'm one of the ones mammogram did not catch. I went every year, and I had just had my mammogram. Nothing showed up. I caught mine through self-examination. So it's very important that folk also do their self-examination. And then once you find out, then make sure you're on top of going and getting yourself checked, getting the test done, and following through like you should. We just should not, that's not anything we need to put on the back burner, mammograms or self-exams.
Cancer running in my family on my mother's side. Oh, my aunt's had cancer, so.
I do know that my mom was a survivor. When she was living, I had an aunt and a grandma. So it's kind of in my genes.
So I wanted to share my testimony with today, just for people who may be going through something similar, or maybe have someone in their family that's going through something similar. Just letting them to know to always let your faith be greater than your fear. And if anyone is having someone that's going through it, just make sure that you are being a great support system for them, because cancer is a very mental battle. You know, it kind of bothers you more than the physical. Sometimes, for me anyways, that's what it was. So just the support of your loving family will, really help you through the situation.
Trust God. Just hang in there. Trust God. Dig deep. You really have to dig deep. You really do. But just trust God. And feel free to talk, because I found talking about it helped me. Initially, I didn't talk much about it, because I had to get in my mind, you got cancer. I had to grapple with that. So once I grappled with it, I was okay and got it, I got to deal with this.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month, really, it's not just a month for me. I live it, 365 days a month. But at this stage where I do feel more comfortable speaking about my journey, because it has kind of been a few years, it makes me want to be more aware. It makes me want to become more active and just get the word out there. Also to let people know that it isn't something that people are diagnosed with in their 40s, as they say. I was 37 when I was diagnosed, and I also met a lot of women who were younger than me. So I would really just like to be more active in what they call adolescent cancer, which would be women that are under 40 that may be going through it. So to have someone that looks like them, to let them know, you will get through it, and it's not uncommon.
I decided to share my story because I think it helped women to know that someone else has gone through and what they've dealt with, and then you can have that connection You can always call somebody to talk with them about it. How did you handle this? And did you go through this? And what type of drugs did you get? That type thing. Breast Cancer Awareness Month to me means that we're making people aware of breast cancer, and that it can happen to anyone at any time. There's no age limit. It could happen at any time.